Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Several months ago, when I taught one of my cooking class, one of the students asked me, what is the difference between lo mein and chow mein? And what does this two term really mean? I decided for me to give an explanation between these two terms, I'm going to provide a brief introduction of the Chinese language. I think most people know that the Chinese language is a pictorial language. Chinese is often referred to as pictograph, which means a language evolved originally from pictures. This is probably the most ancient form of language. All words are started out as pictures. In time, these pictures become symbolic representation. So how many words are in the Chinese language? The most comprehensive Chinese dictionary contains about 90,000 words. This in comparison to the English language, it has about 170,000 words. The reason that the Chinese language has so many words just based on pictures because the pictures can combine together to form a new word. So here is what you see the word for chow mein. It actually contains two words. The first word chow means stir fry, and the second word mein means noodles. Each of these words is like a symbol, as you will see a stop sign. And now for lo mein, it also contains two words. Actually, we sometimes call them characters. The first word lo means that you mix something together by hand. The second word is the same as in the case of chow mein, which is mein means noodles. So basically the difference between chow mein and lo mein is that in the case of chow mein, you stir fry the noodles. In the case of lo mein, you just mix it with the ingredients. In the previous video, I demonstrate how to make chow mein by pan fry the noodles first. And I use angel hair pasta for that purpose. And for this lo mein dish, I also use angel hair pasta for convenience, and they work out very well. I cook them in advance and store them in plastic containers. This will give me variations in how I use these noodles. I'm going to cook this dish in my Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok. I'm going to start out with about 3 tablespoons of canola oil. This lo mein dish will have chicken with 5 different kinds of vegetables. I did going to have carrots that has been thinly sliced. It also will have Brussels sprouts that I've cut it into quarters. It also have asparagus that I have prepped in advance. And I'm going to use up my last bit of bitter melon. Also have some white mushroom that I need to use up as well. I start out by stir fry some thinly sliced carrots. This is followed by the addition of some bitter melon. And then I add Brussels sprouts to the wok. All these 3 items take about the same amount of time to cook, and that's why I pretty much add them all together to the wok. All of these are part of my advanced prepping. That's why it is easy for me to cook a vegetable medley with different kinds of vegetables. And this also allows me to mix match of different kind of vegetable for different dishes. This create more interesting variations to my meal. I'm going to stir fry these vegetables for about 2 to 3 minutes. And I will try to use as little cooking oil as I possibly could. As you can see, there's very little oil left at the bottom of the wok, so I'm going to add just a little bit more cooking oil to prevent the ingredients from burning. Because the asparagus take less time to cook, so I add them at a later stage of this cooking process. The final ingredients I'm going to add to this vegetable medley is some mushroom. At this point, I try to use the minimum amount of oil. This will cause caramelization as well as charring of the ingredients. And the end result is better flavor, and frequently we refer to as wok chi. For the next step is that I'm going to add some water and to start to create a sauce as well as to steam the vegetable slightly. And now the dish is almost done. And next, I'm going to season the dish with about 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. By this time, I turn off the heat and I add the cooked pasta noodles to the wok. This noodle comes directly out from the refrigerator. The remaining heat will be sufficient to warm up the noodle. If not, you can turn the heat back on. I use a pair of tongs to create the lo mein by mixing the noodle in with the food ingredients. This will also allow the noodle to pick up the flavor. After the taste test, I decide that I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. This is followed by 1 teaspoon of chili pepper flakes. After another taste test, I've decided I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. I transfer the lo mein to a serving plate. I'm going to set them aside. Now I'm ready to cook the chicken, which will only take me a few minutes. I decided I will cook the chicken separately because this will give me better control of the texture of the chicken. I'm going to cook the chicken with cornstarch, and this will give the chicken a crispy breading. Also with half teaspoon of lemon pepper and half teaspoon of mushroom seasoning, as well as half teaspoon of garlic powder, half teaspoon of chili pepper flake, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. The seasoning agent will give chicken great flavor, and the sugar will cause caramelization and cause some charring on the surface of the chicken and provide it with some wok chi. I'm going to start out about 1.5 tablespoons of canola oil. I'm going to season the wok with my spot seasoning method. This will create a non-stick cooked surface. I'm going to lay out the chicken on the flat surface area of the wok. I spread out the chicken in a single layer, and I will fry one side of the chicken first, and that takes about 20 to 30 seconds. I then turn the chicken over and to fry the other side for an additional 30 to 40 seconds. The sugar that I added to marinate the chicken will cause caramelization. That will create great flavor on the chicken, and also it will cause the chicken to char slightly. This method is simple and it creates great flavor on the chicken. And this method is also known as shallow frying. It is convenient. It's a great way to add flavor to the chicken. I mix everything up and stir frying them for another 20 seconds. And then I transfer the chicken and put them directly on top of the lo mein. This might appear to be extra work by cooking the chicken separately. It will create much better flavor for the chicken. When you serve them on top of the lo mein dish, it makes the dish a much more delicious dish. My wife loved the chicken being cooked in this way. In fact, she told me that she would not eat it in any other way. By using my fast cooking system with flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking, cooking this dish is practical, efficient, and fun without the need of recipes. I post a video each day to demonstrate my fast cooking system. If you're interested and would like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow.